often see people either on TikTok or in the comments section of various groups talking about individuals who are anti-compound. And they talk about how these people are, often, looking down their nose at people who use compounds, right? Who have this negative opinion of compounds, who are basically walking, talking commercials for name brand. Which, I don't have any problem with that last part. And I always thought that that was kind of strange. And I was like, do those people really exist? Like, I see people talk about them as if they were some mythical creature in the forest that you might run into while you were hiking. But were you ever really going to run into one? Well, I did. And it was weird. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss quest, and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out new videos every day. So this one was kind of weird. I know that there is like this new wave of commercials that's going out, right? If you watched the Oscars, does anybody do that anymore? Then you probably saw the Eli Lilly commercial that was essentially equating compound tirzepatide and semaglutide with research grade, which are two very different things. They are in no way, well, in only one way are they this similar, but they are in no way the same. And when I saw that on a replay, not that I was watching the Oscars, I was like, do people really fall for this? Do people really think that this is accurate information, that it's not skewed and biased and used as a scare tactic for propaganda? And then I remembered all of the political ads that I've ever seen and all of the other garbage that's online. And I was like, oh yeah, there are people who believe this. And I met one in a support group. So there was somebody who was posting and they were saying, hey, I am putting up the good fight to be able to stay on Zepbound, but it doesn't look like my insurance company is going to continue to let me cover it, or to continue to cover it. So it looks like I'm going to have to go a different route. Does anybody have any information on Lilly Direct? Which, if you don't know what that is, it is a way that your doctor can send in a prescription, right? And you can get Zepbound directly from Eli Lilly rather than, having to go through your insurance through pharmacy, right? It's self-pay. And it's an excellent option, not necessarily the cheapest option, but it is a great option. So since there were no other comments on this thread, other than people talking about Lilly Direct and using the coupon and right, all the things, I chimed in and I was like, hey, I just wanted to throw it out there that if you were looking for an option, you may want to consider this telehealth company. This is how much it is a month. And then I let it go. Right? I'm not like hounding anybody. I'm not a salesperson. That's not my shtick. It's not my jam. But I felt bad that all of the suggestions were like, oh yeah, it's only $650 or $550 or $400 or like all of these really expensive prices, when this person had already indicated that that was really out of their price range. So I just threw it out there as an option. And of course, I got attacked by somebody who's using Lilly Direct and spending $600 a month. So all of their comments were talking about Lilly Direct and how, it's, this much and it's really affordable at $600 a month. And I was just reading through the comments and I was like, Okay. So then that person recommending Lily Direct got mad at me because I brought up a telehealth company. Go figure. And then they responded to me and they were like, you know, not everybody wants to go this route and da 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 da. And I was like, you're talking to me? Me? Are you talking to me? Because I wasn't talking to you. I didn't reply to your comment. I posted a separate comment on the original thread. It really bothers me when people do that. Like, why are you coming at me, attacking me? I wasn't even talking to you. I was making a comment for the original poster, who's the one who's asking for advice. Just because your advice wasn't as cheap as my advice doesn't make it any less good advice. Like, if the person wants to go with that, go ahead. I don't care. As long as they have access and it is within their means and they are happy, that's all I care about. I didn't include my coupon, right? Because I don't care about that. I didn't include a link. I did none of that. I'm like, let me just put this here for information. You can research it if you want to. But who, buddy? This other person just got real bent out of shape. And I was just like, oh, you're one of those. Okay. And I'm starting to see it happen more and more. Now, for those of you who are new here, I had been on name brand Manjaro for all of my journey. I just recently got a 6-month supply. Why I keep wanting to say 6-month ply in like every video. You know how you say something wrong and then you just want to keep saying it wrong? 6-month supply of compound tirzepatide from Mochi. And I had no idea how many of my followers were of this subsect class of people who think they're better than everybody else because they're on name brand. I had no idea. When I started posting about compounding, whoo, buddy, their little ugly heads reared up out of the depths of whatever hole they were in, and they were like, "Rah!" And I was like, what is wrong with you? Also, block and delete. Like, I don't have time for that. I have made it very, very clear from the very beginning that the only thing that I care about is that people who they and their doctors decide need these medications have access to these medications. I don't care if you use compound. I don't care if you use name brand. I have some friends that use research grade. Each person is making a choice for themselves. And all I care about is that you have access. I think that's what's most important. The rest of it, that's between you and your doctor. That's none of my business. It's none of somebody else's business. It's none of somebody else's business who wants to be in your business. It's not your mama's business. It's not your friend's business. It's not your husband's business. That's between you and your doctor. All I care about is that people have access. And honestly, if the insurance companies weren't putting up such a fight, if we didn't have to drag them kicking and screaming into this new era of weight loss and health, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But just like there's that group of people that insists that this medication is only for diabetics, And then there's those diabetics that look down on people, right, who take it for weight loss. I don't know. I don't understand that mindset. I can't fathom it. I can't comprehend it. It makes no sense to me. Now, I'm used to seeing it in the diabetic groups, right? Because some of those people, it's like, you think that being a diabetic gave you some sort of superpower that instantly made you better than everybody else. I didn't get that superpower. I'm a diabetic. But some of them are like, I got blasted on another post where I was trying to help somebody. Here, this will be entertaining for you. So, diabetic only group. I hate commenting in those groups. I hate it. I cannot stand it. It never goes well. I know for a fact that at least 5 people are going to attack me for something I say in a diabetic group. The only reason why I continue to do it is that I have hope that one day one of my comments will help somebody. So there was somebody who was posted who's relatively new to their diabetes diagnosis. Anyway, they were commenting and they were like, I'm having successful weight loss on 5, and I really want to stay on 5. My A1C is good. It's come down, and my doctor wants to move me up, but I'm still losing weight. So I think I should stay at this dose. Now, if you've never been in a diabetic support group, I can tell you what every single answer is going to be before I even look at the comments. It's going to be a bunch of people saying, you need to go up in dose. Your A1C is the only thing that's important. And you better get that A1C down. You better get it down. Down. A1C down. Because that's all they care about. They have been programmed to spew this garbage. And what they completely miss out on is the bigger picture. Picture. Not a picture. Picture. So what is the bigger picture? If your A1C is already coming down and you're just on 5 milligram Manjaro, A, you're doing great. B, you need to stay at that dose until you stop losing weight. Because if you lose weight, in addition to getting your A1C under control, guess what? As you lose weight and those fat cells become smaller, they become less insulin resistant. Insulin resistance is the bane of our existence as type 2 diabetics. So what do you want to do? You want to shrink them down. Boop, 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 boop. Now, it may happen slower than, your just for weight loss, no other comorbidities counterparts, right? But it's still going to happen. You still have to do all the things. So no, if your A1C is going down, my unpopular opinion is you don't need to go up. It's already shown you that it's working. In as little as 4 weeks, it's already working. Do you need to get your A1C down? Yes, of course. You need to get it in a healthy range, right? Because long term, that can be problematic. But what is the difference between getting it down super fast and still holding on to all of that weight, or getting it down slowly and losing weight along the way? Well, I'll tell you, when you get it down slowly and lose the weight along the way, you become less insulin resistant. Your pancreas doesn't have to work as hard. You may or may not need to stay at such a high dose later on. You can get in more movement because you are smaller, right? It's not a race. And I understand that in the beginning, Eli Lilly put out the dosing schedule, and it was very much a you move up every 4 weeks because that's what people could tolerate. They have since changed that. And what I would love to see happen is I would love to see more obesity specialists and endocrinologists and GPs telling their patients, hey, we've already seen that your A1Cs come down a little bit, half a point. Now let's really focus while you're at these lower doses. Let's focus on nutrition. Let's focus on getting in movement. Let's focus on, revamping your lifestyle in general. Let's do the things and get this medication working with you so that later on we know it's going to get your A1C down. But if you're losing weight at this lower dose, let's stay with it. Let's not make the A1C the only unit of measure, which, by the way, it is a measure of averages of your blood sugar over time. It's not even super duper accurate. If you want super duper accurate, you have to be doing your blood sugars on your own. But let's not throw away the weight loss. Let's not throw away the baby with the bathwater. Let's not throw away the people who use compound. The more divided we are as a community, the easier we are to control. The easier it is for insurance companies to just deny everything. The easier it is for corporations to continue to price gouge us. Keep them separate. That's how you maintain control. When people band together, they become an unstoppable force. They become a voice for change. So I don't care if you're on compound. I don't care if you're on name brand. I don't care if you're a diabetic. I don't care if you have PCOS. I don't care what your reason is for being on these medications. I don't care if you don't have a single comorbidity at all and you just want to lose 30 pounds before summertime so that you look good in a bathing suit. I don't care. If you and your doctor decide it's good for you, guess what? I think you should have it. I support you having access to it. If your goal is to get healthier, what's wrong with that? And why does everybody care so much what everybody else is doing? I have received so much hate. Visceral, garbage hate because of the videos that I've done for compounding. And I'm not talking about the sponsorship. I'm not talking about that because I knew that there would be a certain number of people that would be bent out of shape about that, mostly because they don't understand how sponsorship works. But I don't begrudge them that. That's okay. And it just so happened that I had two that were at one time with the same kind of deadline. So it was understandable that, some viewers were like, oh, great, now everything you do is going to be sponsored content. I get it. It's not the way it's going to be, but I get it. Okay, fine. You want to get upset? You want to get your panties in a wad? Okay, fine. I'm not going to get mad about that. You're entitled to feel however you want to feel. But I did not expect people to come out of the woodwork and be mad about compound. That's just weird. I'm still the same person. I'm still on the same health quest. I'm still doing what I need to do to take care of me. All above board with a doctor. So why do people care? Why do they feel that their opinion is what matters? Makes you think. Anyway, thank you for listening to my tirade. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. Make sure you go check out my other videos where I have helpful tips and tricks that can help you on your health quest. If you're looking for a positive-only support group where people can't attack you for the choices you make in your health journey, definitely check out the link in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind.